The Olympic sport of team handball is alive and well in the San Francisco Bay Area. And it's about to get much better. Announcing the formation of Northern California Team Handball, an organization dedicated to the development and enjoyment of the sport of team handball, or just plain handball as the rest of the world knows it. We're offering this game to girls and boys, men and women in the area at 3 levels of play: youth, collegiate, and club, as well as the beach version of the sport. But our top priority for 2018 is the creation of a Northern California Collegiate Team Handball League. With the help of USA Team Handball, the governing body for the sport in this country, and the International Handball Federation, which runs the sport globally, we're hoping to start a 4 to 6 team league for both men and women. We're planning on beginning league play in the fall of 2019. That's just a year away, a huge challenge for a game that's often called the greatest sport you've never heard of. Let us introduce you to the team that is going to make the Northern California Collegiate Team Handball League a reality. From Argentina, Martin Balelo is the development coordinator.
When I was about 10 years old, I went to a summer camp that had multiple sports, and one of them was handball. And the teacher that was teaching at handball told me that I could be good for handball, so I joined the club. And that's when I started playing. I enrolled in the Houston Community College, and I was able to actually start a club there with the students. I was a student there, so it was easier for me to create it, and so I started a club there. We started about 2 years ago with a youth league. We put it together very rapidly, and in like maybe a month we have it running from the summer that the schools contacted us to the fall that we started.
Michelle Menzing, our training and social media coordinator, is from Berlin, Germany.
First time I played, I was just able to walk, I guess. I was with my mom in the gym. She was a player herself, and so I just picked up the ball and threw the ball with her, and then soon after, as soon as I turned like 5, officially got in a club and started playing. Germany, sometimes you have that people have been with the club for years and they're still coming, dragging themselves to practice. They actually don't want to be here. And here, because it's so hard to play the sport, only the people that are really interested are showing up.
From France comes Jean-Marc Unique, who will serve as the Collegiate League Commissioner.
So I started at a very young age, 10, 11 year old. I was involved because actually the school teacher was a handball player himself. So he started to get us involved in the sport, and we enjoy it. And I've been playing since then, and it's been several decades. You practice a couple of times a week, and then you are rewarded by having the pleasure to play games. So you play every weekend.
Danilo Rozovic is the coaching and methods coordinator. Born in Belgrade, Serbia, Danilo spent most of his life in Switzerland, where he completed his education and began his business career. He started playing handball in a small town in the French-speaking part of Switzerland before joining one of the major Swiss clubs, BSV Bern Muri. He holds a sports coach education B license from the Swiss Handball Federation. Danilo moved to San Francisco in October 2015 with his wife Carolina, and currently works as a consumer and market insights manager at a video game company. Finally, heading up the team is program coordinator Mark Wright, an American who once played for the U.S. national team.
So I first started playing team handball at UCLA in January of 1977, walked onto a court and fell in love with the game. Played with that club team and eventually found myself on the national team very soon after that, and got very involved both at a collegiate level originally and with the national team, and then helped organize the sport, got involved with public relations. I'm sort of arriving as one of the legacy guys, someone who can go back to a time 40 years ago when we were developing the sport for the first time on the West Coast.
Northern California Team Handball has been created to bring this great international sport to people of all ages of the region, athletes and fans. At the core of our organization is SF Cal Heat, one of the premier club teams in America, whose members are working hard to create new development programs. We now offer youth programs for middle and high schoolers, and we're soon to serve our most important audience yet, the collegiate market, finding athletes who might well make national team consideration in time for the Los Angeles Games of 2028. That road begins next fall with the Northern California Team Handball Collegiate League.
I think what we need to make sure is that leading up to 2028, we have a good structure in place, a solid foundation in place, so when the games pass, we can keep going afterwards. Because I think the goal is after 2028.
The big challenge is to get into the universities, find the right people that we can motivate and activate there, because yes, we can push as much, but if we don't find the right people who support this kind of idea inside the university landscape, it's not gonna be sustainable.
Well, hopefully we will have a steady league with a growing number of teams, and we can dream about having games every weekend. And if the games could be televised and more people could see it, that would be fantastic. 3 years from now, that could happen. We've seen with the youth program that we have more and more teams involved. At the college level, I think we can achieve the same and more.